everybody. This is Mental Health Heroes Plays Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your Dungeon Master, Jeremy. With me are four fantastic players. We'll get to them in a moment, but we're going to do a couple of channel shout outs, some basic housekeeping, so to speak. You're probably going to be watching this on Nexodon Wormwood's page, but we're going to be opening up a page for this group of friends and players to kind of do some shared content. That's going to be called Mental Health Heroes, and you'll be able to find those on YouTube. And Nexodon will probably post links in the description below. We're going to go ahead and break these episodes up into hour-long snippets so it's easier to digest, because not everybody has 4.5 hours to just sit and watch a Dungeons and Dragons game. So it's going to be easier for you guys to watch, more digestible, won't overwhelm you. So hopefully you enjoy that. The setting that these guys are going to be playing in is called Valorum. To give you a brief recap about what's happened, they have made their way through some trials and tribulations to a town called Nine Towers. They were asked once they got there to assist a mother whose child was missing, who was a student at an academy. They were given a brief description about what had happened to the kid by the Council of Wizards, and they delved deep into an underground lair to find themselves cornered now in two separate buildings surrounded by skeletons. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw it out to each of the players so they can introduce themselves and their characters. I'm going to throw it out first to Johnny Phillips. Tell us about your character, and then you throw it out to the next person.
All right, I am John Phillips. I am playing Slade Carter, a gunslinger. That's it.
Human.
Jonathan.
Oh, I'll take that from my human gunslinger friend. My name is Jonathan Griselle. I am playing an Ash Elf Druid from the Dream Circle named Ward. And Dave, you're up.
My name is Nexodon, and I'm playing Greg Vazov. He is a bugbear fighter. Logan.
Hey, I'm Logan Sisson. I'm playing Drekken, who is a human barbarian. On to Jeremy.
Very good, fellas. All right, so we are missing one party member. Well, one party member down. He's our goblin cleric named Itchy Brownbottom. He's played by the very crafty and ingenious Chadwick Jones. Unfortunately, he can't be here today due to some technical issues, but we're going to move on. So, since he's a goblin, he hid in the dark, and no one knows where he's at. Okay, we find ourselves deep in this underground city of ancient elven architecture that people sort of recognize, specifically Ward. And after battling some rust monsters, because of the loud actions of the gunslinger, and I believe somebody cast some kind of thunder spell, because of those two actions brought the attention of some of the denizens who used to live here. They've noticed that these denizens pouring out of these abandoned buildings all around them into the city streets had the elongated structure of elves. They were separated. The party was separated. Drekken, the barbarian, was running towards a building, and he went into a building on his own and was immediately met by 20 skeletons. The other people who were separated, the other party members were separated by this mass of skeletons, went into the closest building that they could get into, which is basically right next to where Drekken found himself. So, fellas, you have somewhere in the neighborhood of 30, 35 skeletons, including skeleton minotaurs. And what we'd like to do is roll initiative.
We's gonna die.
All right.
Says the Sith Dark Lord pretending to be comedy relief.
20 to 25. Sweet. 15 to 20.
18.
Ten to 15.
13.
13.
11.
Nice. Okay, good. So I will say Greg, then Ward, then Mino Skelly, then Slade, then the next Mino Skelly, and then I think that's it. Is that it? All right. So again, you find yourself, your back is to the open door, Drekken.
Mhm.
You're surrounded. All the areas in front of you are full of skeletons. All you see is chattering bones and withering skulls, and it's the room that you're in is 20 by 40. So it's from the door to the back wall straight in front of you is only 20 feet. But you notice it's a longer building.
Mhm.
Uh, and behind you, you see your friends go into the building next to you, but you also see that they're immediately surrounded. That building and almost yours is immediately surrounded by skeletons from the outside. You do notice that 4 skeletons and one of the Minotaur skeletons go running, screaming for their lives. Well, as much as skeletons can, down the street away from y'all. So it looks like Itchy's turn the undead spell did work to some degree. So, Drekken, what would you like to do? Remember, you are still raging.
I am still raging, which is helpful. Oh, I attack. That is 17 against the nearest skeleton.
That will most certainly hit, sir. And remember that your axe is
Degraded. I have it wrote down.
it's only a D10 right now.
Yep, I have it written down. Oh, that is gonna be 13 points of damage.
Hey, that's exactly what you need to kill one in front of you.
Cool. Bonus action. Chug a healing potion.
Go ahead. Moving on. It is now the skeleton's turn. That includes the skeletons in front of Logan and the skeletons trying to get into the building that you guys. What you notice as you guys ran into the building, that the door is still on its hinges. It's weak, so you could close it if you wanted to give yourself some time. But that wouldn't hold up more than 2 rounds.
I will stand in front of the doorway.
You will when it's your turn.
It is my turn.
It is not your turn. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, Drekken. You're going to have five attacks against you. Looks like they're wielding short swords, most of them. Short swords and maces.
I did
So
attack recklessly, just so you know.
Okay. You got to let me know before you attack, though, okay? Next time.
Okay.
All right, the first attack on you is what are their attack bonuses? +4, I think. Yeah, +4. So I don't think a 13 hits you, right?
No, it does not.
The next one is a 22. Does that hit?
That does hit.
You take 5 points of damage, cut in half to 2.
Okay.
Next one is a 17. Does that hit?
That does hit.
You take 7 points of damage, cut in half to 3.
Okay.
That's 2, right? 3?
That's 2 hits and 1 miss.
Yeah, so that's 3 total, right?
That's 3 total.
All right, the next one on you is going to miss. The next one on you after that is going to miss. So their attack is done.
They went perfectly through that health potion. The exact amount of healing that I got from it.
All right, so Dragon's gone. The Skellies are gone. There are no Skellies at the door. It's a Minotaur at the door, guys. Greg, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You do have that steel door that's open, and you have a big minotaur sneering down at you right in front of you.
Well, let's kill that thing. Will be a 15.
To attack the minotaur?
Uh-huh.
That hits.
With my sword, so that's a 1d8. Be 12 points of damage.
All right.
And then my mace is another 14.
What was the dice roll on the mace?
9.
It's a D6, bud.
I'm rolling to attack.
Oh, yeah, that hits. I thought you were doing damage. I was assuming you're going to hit for some reason. Go ahead, man.
Nope.
Yeah, 14 hits.
And that's 8 points of damage.
What was the damage on the
Mace? 2.
You already doubled it then?
No, I didn't double it. So I got a 20 strength, so it's actually 7. So if I double it, it'd be 14.
No, just the bludgeoning damage itself.
So that'd be plus 2 more, so that would be 9 points of damage.
10-4, buddy. All right. Ward.
Okay, so in this room, there's
yeah.
a steel door with Grick in front of it and a Minotaur on the other side of it. Are there windows, anything like that at all?
There are no windows, it doesn't appear, but there are degraded tables and chairs. There is, well, give me a perception check.
14.
You look around, and it looks like maybe that this was some kind of meeting room, or there's like old curtains and stuff that are hanging off, or tapestries. You can't tell because it's so old. But there does look like to be another steel door in the back corner. It's on the western wall of the room.
Okay.
This room itself is 20 feet from the front door to the wall. But then it goes like there's a hallway that leads towards that other door that you saw, and that's about 50 feet away from where you're at.
Okay, is the steel door pitted because of rust monsters, or is it in fairly decent shape?
Are you going to move the distance over there to that door?
I am.
All right, that'll take your full movement, and it does appear to be a little bit pitted and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to close the door, then heat metal and see what happens.
No, okay. Which door did you go to? The front door where the Minotaur is at, or the back door?
Yeah, the front door where the Minotaur's at.
Okay, with Greg in the way, unless you just push him out into the group or pull him back.
Well, I can ask him to lean out. I mean, he would probably do that for me. He's been a pretty good friend so far.
And plus, I have all my movement left anyway, so.
So, do you want to move out of the way?
So I'm going to go up, tap him on the shoulder, and close the door and cast heat metal on the door.
Before you do all that, the Minotaur gets an attack of opportunity against Greg.
If
I'm still within 5 foot.
Are you going to pull him out of the way? That's not what you said. He said he moved.
I'm going to grab him like move him out of the way.
Okay.
By the shoulder.
All right, and you're going to try to close the door?
Yep.
All right, give me a strength athletics check versus the Minotaur strength athletics check.
Because as a druid, my strength is...
I'm going to assist him while I'm laying on the floor.
It'll be a rug. Roll 9.
Believe it or not, that beat my 7. So you're able to force the door closed, but to keep it closed, you're going to have to lean against it.
I'm not going to do that. I am going to cast heat metal on it.
Okay.
And then wedge a python at the bottom.
All right, so your action is to heat metal. To wedge a python in the middle of the combat is also an action.
Is that all right? Then I'm going to stick my rapier down like this right here to where it wedges against it and cast heat metal.
You're gonna stick your rapier.
Yep, I'm gonna wedge it underneath the door.
Again, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as a python.
Okay. I figured it's just the weapon. You could just open.
No,
All right.
no, it's still an action to wedge something like that during combat.
I'm going to heat metal and say, God, I hope this works because I don't have plan B.
So you're just gonna heat metal,
On
not
the
putting
door.
not putting any resistance against the door.
Well, that would kind of hurt me now, wouldn't it?
That's why I was asking.
No, I'm hoping that whenever I heat the metal, the doorknob's metal, and when they try to grab it and open it, they'll hurt and they'll move away. Is what I'm hoping.
But they're skeletons. They don't feel fear or anything. They just
They don't feel fear, but they should get burned.
I've
true.
already thought of the loophole that I think Jeremy's going to exploit. I fear.
All right. So, is that everything you want to do?
Yep.
All right. It is now the Minotaur's turn at the door, and you hear the door pounding stop. Then you hear a and the door bursts inward as he charges through the door. Now he is now inside with y'all.
I'm gonna trip him.
The door is you're not gonna do anything. The door is busted open, and he is inside the room with you. Go ahead and give me how much damage a brief touch of heat metal would do to somebody.
2 whole points.
All right, so he is now inside the doors. Let me check to see if it rolls off its hinges. Nah, it still hangs up. It finishes its movement by stepping another 10 feet into the room. So now he has everybody within his melee range. And it clears room for skeletons to come in behind him. And that is his go. His action was to bust the door down. Slade, you're up, bud. You now have a...
He is within melee range of me?
Yeah, he's within melee range of you. On the other side of him, where he busted through, you see Ward and Greg. So think of it like it's a cone situation, where from you, directly in front of you, is the Minotaur. On each sides of you, like this, is Greg and Ward. And then the door behind him. What's the size of your shatter gun? I mean your scatter gun cone.
It's a 30-foot cone.
You definitely get them.
Yeah,
What
I
if he
know.
aimed up?
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna pull a pistol with the other hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna step back 5 foot, which will provoke, I'm sure.
He's already used his reaction.
Okay, that works. I'm going to spend a grit for advantage,
Which
and I'm going to do sharpshooter.
Which is -5, don't forget.
I know. All right, so that is 19. -5 is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Ooh.
I like it when he does that.
That is 24 points of damage.
Holy
Pistol
cannoli.
shot.
Wow.
Rolled 10 on the damage.
Nice.
Very nice. 24?
Yes.
Holy crap. All right. You guys inside this,
Yippee-ki-yay, Slade.
as you guys are in this confined stone building, this loud booming sound kind of makes your ears ring, and you start going mom, mom, because of the sound is making your ears ring. Is that all you can do, Slade?
I'm gonna go ahead and step back. I step back 10. Let's go ahead and how far back can I go from here?
You step back 10. You've got about 5 feet towards the wall behind you.
Okay, I'll go ahead and go back 5 more.
Okay. Now to
I'll
your
be-
right, to your right is that hallway I was describing to Jonathan that leads to another door, and that's about 30 feet from where you're at.
All right.
So you're just gonna step back to the wall, right?
Right now, yes.
All right. It's the secondary minnow. I call it. It's minnow on my initiation or not initiation, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He bullies his way past the skeletons and he comes inside, and he turns towards Greg, and he roars, but there's no vocal cords, so he just opens his mouth,
I go.
and so he's gonna roll to strike.
Uncanny dodge.
Too bad you're not a rogue. That is a 24.
Nope, misses.
Sweet. So he hits you with this savage-looking great axe that does 2d12 damage,
Nice.
and he does 12 points of damage to you.
And I'm raging,
that
so that's half damage.
So he brings this vicious-looking axe across you and slices down across the front of your armor, causing sparks to shine off of your chainmail.
Yep.
Okay. All right, back up to you, Drekken.
Ahem.
Again, you've got 5 more all around you. But it doesn't look like the other skeletons have noticed you that are attacking their building. So there is, like I said, you're clear behind you if you needed to disengage and leave this combat. Or you can continue to fight these guys. It's up to you.
Quick question. How many skeletons surround their building?
It looks about like a dozen or so. And you
I'm
just
gonna
saw the 2 minotaurs go inside.
I'm gonna disengage. I'm gonna not disengage because I want to save my action.
Okay. That means if you move, you're going to get 5 attacks of
I'll
opportunity against you.
step back.
All right.
So
15.
that is my armor class.
All right, that's 1 hit. 18,
That hits.
2 hits. 21, 3 hits. 13 does not hit. And 12 does not hit. So 3 hits out of 5.
Yep.
You take 14 points of damage, cut in half to 7.
Cool. I will chug the last healing potion that I have on me.
Okay. And you notice they
And
fill the void that you left. They kind of just start to surge forward after you. I mean, it's not their turn, so they haven't moved, but you know that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you've moved 5 feet. You're now out in the street.
how far is it from me to the nearest skeleton?
20
Or-
feet.
I kind of want to just bull rush through a bunch of them, trying to take out as many as I can, or at least damage them. But I don't know if I have the means to do that.
The only way to really do that is you'll attack one at a time. So
Yeah,
close to-
I'll just.
as you can go bull rush him and try to knock him down, or you can bull rush him and hit him with your axe. It's up to you.
Wait,
Or-
isn't there like a minotaur? Oh, minotaur. I forgot.
He's not a minotaur, bud.
I'm not a minotaur in this game. Yeah, I'll run forward and just hit the nearest one.
Okay, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, I'll do it recklessly.
Okay.
Just to say it before I do it. It's a good thing. 24. 2 hit.
Oh, that absolutely hits.
And that will be nice. That'll be 15 points of damage.
You got one. All right. That's everything you can do, right?
Yep, that's everything I can do.
All right. So the skeletons notice you, and they begin to turn. So you're immediately surrounded by these skeletons. You're immediately surrounded by these skeletons.
Mhm.
So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's 8 skeleton attacks against you, bud. Miss. That's a miss. That is a hit. That's a natural 20.
Ooh,
That's a miss. 14.
nope.
16.
That hits.
How many is that so
7.
far?
7 total.
And that is a miss. All right, so that is going to be 4.6
There was-
damage. This is a crit.
Mm-hmm.
And you got off lucky, buddy. I got 2 1s in there. But also 2 6s, so
Yeah.
so 7 more damage. That's
Duly
cut in
noted.
half. That's already cut in half.
Okay.
Let's see. That took up 8 of the skeletons of the 12 that are out there. So 2 of them are able to actually get inside. 1 on Ward, 1 on Greg. Ward, does an 8 hit you?
No.
Greg, does a 16 hit you?
No, sir.
That is the Skelly's turns, and the rest of them pour out of the building that he was just in. The 20 of them, and they pursue him. So now he's surrounded, like like a scene in Diablo, with a guy in the middle of a bunch of skeletons. When it comes to you, Greg, you've got a Minotaur and a skeleton in front of you.
How badly damaged does the Minotaur look? Did we do anything to him outside?
The one that y'all did a whole bunch of damage to was one of the ones that failed the saving throw, so it ran off.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and attack the skeleton then, so that we can try to get it out of the way.
all right, there's just so you know, the one that's on top of or about 10 feet away from Slade looks like pieces of bones, rib bones and stuff like that are falling off of it. But the one that's directly in front of you hasn't been scathed at all.
Well, can I hit the one that's right there in front of Slate?
Yeah, it's still within 5 feet of you. I mean,
I'll-
it didn't pursue him because his turn was over. So
Well, I'll hit it then.
okay,
That'd be a 24.
that definitely hits, bud.
14 points of damage.
All right.
I still want to grab one of the Minotaurs. I actually just start swinging in
And
a circle.
The next one is 11, so nah.
11 plus what? Or just
11.
11. Yeah, you just missed.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yes, I want to drink one of my healing potions.
Okay, bud. That does Greg. Ward, you have 1 skeleton on you and 1 Minotaur on you. Not on you, but it's right there within 5 feet of you.
Right.
And you have another one that's within 5 feet of you that is severely hurt. Bones and pieces of armor and stuff like that's falling off of it. And that's the one that's in front of Slade.
Okay. Can I see Draken out the door?
No, you cannot. Not yet.
I'm going to cast Moonbeam on the one in front of Slade that's extremely hurt.
All right, tell me again exactly what that does.
All right, 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. There's dim light in the room. It must make a Constitution saving throw when it first gets in it, which it would when I put it there, and on its turn. It takes 2 D10 radiant damage on a failed save.
18 is the saving throw, con.
Okay, so it'll be half damage.
Okay.
So 10 cut in half to 5.
All right. It looks like it's just hanging on by a tendon.
And I'll just leave it there. I was going to move it to the Minotaur, but maybe.
Well, the good news is it's his turn.
Okay, then he's got to roll again.
That is a plus 3 or plus 2? Plus 2. 17.
That passes 2. So that's a 10 again, cut in half to 5.
He is down. One Minotaur down, bud. Good job.
Rah!
That sucks to die. That sucks to die on your turn.
It really does. So Slade is like just glowing a dim light from the
Moonbeam.
5 feet in front of him. It's just right there doing that kind of stuff, but it sets
Well,
off 10 feet
he's at-
light, so he's like kind of like,
Well, he's actually 10 feet away from this thing up against the wall.
yeah, it would still make it 10 feet from
Sure.
that spot of
Okay.
light. So it's kind of like,
Slade, you have lots of light to see, and you see 2 skeletons and a big Minotaur about 20 feet from you.
I don't think he heard you.
I heard him.
Yeah, he did.
I'm here.
don't
Well,
go
let's
missing like the
well-
goblin.
We'll let you know if you start snoring, Johnny.
I appreciate it. Yeah, call me on the home phone.
Okay.
All right. That's going to be a 14 to hit.
What are you hitting?
Oh, the Minotaur.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, darn. 5 damage.
Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I forgot to do the sharpshooter. Of course,
All right,
if I had, I probably would have missed. So it's a good thing I didn't in this case. Huh?
That pistol? That 2 shots out of that pistol? Or
That's
is this
2
the
shots out of that pistol.
Okay.
2 more, and then I got to switch pistols. Or go back to the scattergun.
Are you got a bonus action or anything you can do?
I'm not going to, no.
Okay, so you're done.
I'm done.
All right, it's the other Minnow's attack, and he's got 2 targets to choose from. Let's see who he does.
I taunted him.
He goes after you anyway because I rolled it.
Yeah. Beat on my chest.
12 to hit.
I laugh.
Drekken, back to you, bud. You're surrounded. You've got 8 skeletons all around you.
The one in front of me. Unless I say otherwise, I'm still attacking recklessly.
Yeah, it's still alive.
Natural
No.
20.
Wait, is it still alive?
I hit it for 16 points of damage last time.
No, you killed one then. You killed one. Go ahead. Natural 20
Natural
hit.
20. For, let's see, double that, that's 18. 25.
Nice. Another one crumbles underneath the force of your blow. And I'm going to go ahead and say, because it was a natural 20, you've got so many around you,
Mm-hmm.
you notice that these have like resin, like small ball bearings have hit it already, and they're blackened. The bone is blackened where these little ball bearings have hit it. You could wager that these are the group of skeletons that Slade shot with a scattergun when they first surfaced. All of them have some damage on them, so I'm going to go ahead and say you went through with that natural 20 and got a second one.
Cool.
So you killed 2. Okay.
Wonderful.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I don't have anything I can really do with my bonus action, so
You're good.
that
then.
I'd want to do. I could technically end the rage, but I don't want to end the rage. So there.
All right, so it's the Skelly's turn. The 8 around the 2 that are gone are now filled with 2 more.
Mhm.
So you're gonna have 8 attacks against you. Dave,
Sir.
I want you to hold your hand up as I roll and tick it off so I know how much you're going.
Okay.
Number 1, it's a miss. Number 2, that's a miss. Number 3 is a natural 20.
Ooh.
Of course it is.
Number 4 is a 20 altogether. Number 5 is a miss. Number 6 is a miss. Number 7 is a 19.
Yep, that it.
And number 8 is a 17.
That hits. So 4
Right.
hits with one natural
So,
20.
5d6 then. Johnny, what do you think? Because you're another longtime dungeon master here. If there was something else with the barbarian being outside, surrounded by skeletons in the middle of combat, would you give him a perception check?
Sure.
Give me a perception check.
Perception, that is 18 total.
You hear something from a long, long way away that sounds like fingernails hitting concrete.
Duly noted.
But you take 18 points of damage, cut in half to 9. 9 points of damage.
All right.
How many fingernails are there? Like 8?
They have spikes coming out its back.
The two skellies that are on y'all. One on Ward misses. The one on Greg. 20.
Nope. I dodge. Whoa!
You take 3 whopping points of damage.
Let's keep that up. I like that.
So I forgot to add their damage modifier to their roll against you, Logan, but since it's my fault, I'm not going to punish you for it. So
okay. Thanks.
we're all good on that.
I was going to ask you, but now it's like I ain't going to say anything because Logan's barely hanging on.
Greg, you're up, bud. You've got a Minotaur and a Skelly in front of you.
All right, let's attack the skeleton. Get it out of the way. Maybe, hopefully. With a 15.
That hits.
7 points of damage.
How much?
7.
Okay.
That's my sword. Here's my mace. My mace is, no, that would be a 8. I don't think that hits.
That does not hit, sir.
But I am going to move down the wall out of the 30-foot cone of the the scatter gun, so that maybe he can shoot them, and I'll take my attack opportunity as I move.
You can move, but Ward is stuck kind of in an area that he'd still get hit by a cone.
Yeah, but his turn's coming up, so he can move then too.
But you can move I'm talking just outside of the range. This front door is this whole section is only 30 feet wide. So you've got the 30 feet there and then 20 feet back, and then it extends a little bit further down the hallway. So, I mean, he has to be really careful if he decides to shoot, because both of y'all are still within that 30-foot range. But you're going to go ahead and move?
Yep.
The skeleton is a 10.
Nope.
The Minotaur is a 22.
I roll on the ground, so he swings over me.
And that is 24 points of damage.
Oh,
Ow.
Lord.
Cut in half.
I think the DM's cheating.
No, I rolled a 12 and an 8, and they have a +4 to their damage. How are you looking?
I'm okay. I'm
I
going half.
like that. Great axe there, Jeremy.
That's what they have. It just says Great Axe, but it's 2d12. All right, Ward. You just see Greg start to scramble away and get gashed down his back.
Right.
You just his chainmail splits underneath the force of the blade, and you see his fur now has a big red and white gash down it. His blood's just kind of pouring down the back all over the chainmail.
I hear
But
him holler, "I've got you now, He-Man."
I'll get better.
So I need to know, if I were to go to the doorway, if I were to disengage as my action and go to the doorway, would that get me out of the shatter gun?
What, down the hall?
The doorway outside again, where
No, that's right. That's right in the middle of
in
it. Yeah.
Well, you see, you don't have to worry about the attack of opportunity from the ogre. The Minotaur, because I already took it, so I only got one reaction. So you're okay. Run down the hall with me. Come on, buddy.
Well, you didn't go down the hall. You just went to the other side of the room.
What I was thinking of is we have a partner that I haven't seen in a while that's outside with a bunch of I don't even know what to call them yet, because they're probably not what Jeremy's been calling them the whole time. So, okay. So I was wanting to get to the door to see if I could see what was going on, and then move. I was wanting to disengage as an action.
Okay, the Minotaur is blocking. He's right in the doorway.
He's in the doorway.
Yeah, he's right in the doorway.
All right, so I'm going to move the moonbeam to the doorway to hit him
Okay.
as a bonus action, and then I'm going to stab him with the rapier as my action.
Okay. So he needs a con save, right?
Yep.
15? No, 14. 14, bud.
Okay, you needed a 15, so.
Okay, good.
That's 14 points of damage.
Quick. 62 minus 14.
48.
That would.
48 ish.
Yep. That's 48.
Is that 48?
48.
Mm-hmm.
All right, attack him with the rapier, sir.
21 to hit.
Misses because you go right through the skeleton.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it's a rapier after all.
You get him. Let's say you stab him in the bony part.
Then he gets 11 points of rapier damage.
Right in his pelvis.
Right in his. Yeah.
Yes.
Right in his bony part.
All right, it's his attack, and since you're right up on him,
Wait.
All right,
He's
he's
going-
got to do a Constitution saving throw.
Are you not going to
Sweet.
move?
that's an 18.
All right, so he passed it, and he takes 15 cut in half, 7.
Yeah, 7.
All right.
All right.
Let's
So
start around
his
looking at him like,
19 weak beat.
His attack on you is a 19.
That hits.
He does 21 points of damage on you.
Cut that in half, right?
Negative. Something is going crazy.
my phone. I didn't think I get like 30 messages at one time.
All right, what do I have to roll on that to keep concentration up, Jeremy?
You'll have to roll an 11.
All right, do I get
Con-
to add any bonus?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Do I add my Constitution to it?
Your Constitution saving throw,
Oh,
if whatever that is.
I rolled a 14.
Yeah, so you saved. You still got concentration on your moonbeam.
Okay.
All right, Slade. You've got 2 skeletons. Wait, no. Did you kill skeleton, Dave? No, you didn't.
No.
You got 2 skeletons and a minotaur. All choices to choose from. You got one friend who just took a mighty blow to the back as he tried to make room for you to do your scattergun, and your other friend just stepped right in the front of the other guy and took a mighty blow across the middle of his chest, splitting his leather armor.
All right. I'm going to step up 5 foot forward.
Okay.
Grit, sharpshooter.
All right.
Okay, so that's going to be like a 24 to hit.
That definitely hits, bud.
That's going to be 22 points of damage.
Nice. You got one more shot in that pistol.
Right, and I'm going to action surge.
Do it, sir!
Grit, sharpshooter.
That's your last crit, correct?
Yes. Same thing. And I do. It's cocked. Ah, darn. The cock looked better. Oh well, that's going to be 17 points of damage on the Minotaur,
Minotaur goes down in a heap of bones and
which
Rusty.
means I reclaim my grit.
nice. Good job.
So you have 1 grit left. Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
And I holster that pistol.
That was all for it, right?
Hmm?
That was all for it as far as ammo, right?
Right.
All right, that Minotaur is dead, so he's not important. Back up to Drekken. Again, you got 8 around you, bud.
Oh, I kind of want to try and do that. I'm going to describe something. You tell me what I would need to expend to do it. I want to spin in a giant circle and try to hit as many skeletons as possible.
But unfortunately, it's not like 3rd edition where you could have the cleave feat. 5th edition doesn't have that, so you'd only be able to really attack one. It would look cool, but you're only able to attack one. Unfortunately, I mean, a cleave feat would be super awesome right now, but they don't really have it.
Anything better than attacking one at a time. Oh, still reckless. That is a natural 20. Woo!
All right.
So that is the wrong die. Oh, that is 19 points of damage.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say, since it was another natural 20, that's what, your third this game so far.
The second.
Second. I'm gonna say you take out 2.
Yay!
But keep in mind that when it comes to either turn, they're just gonna fill that space.
Well, yeah, I know that much.
But you guys are whittling them down for sure. Anything else you can do?
I don't think I can do anything.
Wait,
Okay.
you,
No
could,
bonus
you
action.
could tell us something's coming.
I would yell if I hear that tout
You don't
now.
You don't know if something's coming. You just
Oh,
happen
okay.
to hear it through the chattering of the teeth and all that. It still
Okay.
sounded far away.
If I didn't think anything was coming, I wouldn't say anything then. I would just keep attacking. I would keep an ear out though if it sounds like
Sure.
it gets closer.
You can't really tell right now. So it's the Skelly's turn. Dave, hold your hands up again, please, bud. Natural 1, you get an attack of opportunity, Logan.
Woo! Oh, I'm still reckless, right? Or is
No,
it-
not on this.
Okay. So that would only be 1 die then. 26.
That hits.
That is 16 points of damage.
All right, you kill another one. All right, next attack. That's a miss. Natural 20. That's a natural 19, so
That
23.
still hits. That still hits.
18,
That hits.
17,
That hits.
19,
That hits.
and that one misses. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 die 6.
Mm-hmm.
How are you looking, Logan?
32 out of 68.
That's what I started this combat with.
That's 27 points of damage, cut in half to
13.
13.
Duly noted.
There's both skeletons are still alive in there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So both skeletons are right on you, Ward. They're right there.
Right.
So the first one is a 19.
That hits.
The second one is a 11.
That misses.
You take 8 points of slashing damage from its short sword.
Okay.
All right, that's the Skelly's turn. Greg, you are in the corner, about 15 feet away from the door now. You see Ward surrounded by 2 skeletons and more skeletons piled at the door, but their attention seems to be turned outwards.
Uh-huh.
Like it's got their attention out there. And you see Slade at the he took 5 feet away from the wall, so he's about 15 feet from the door. And you see him holster a pistol after blasting the Minotaur down to oblivion. And did you pull out your other pistol? Slade,
I will next round.
I'll go ahead and it's a free action. I'll say you went ahead and pulled it out.
Okay.
You see him pull another pistol, and he's ready to go. What would you like to do? Like I said, you're 15 feet away from the door and the 2 skeletons.
I'm going to go backstab the skeletons.
Okay, Rogue.
That would be a 16.
That hits.
That'd be 10 points of damage.
All right.
Next then will be a 20 altogether.
That hits.
And it'd be 15 points of damage, doubling the mace damage.
So your first one finished one off that you had already damaged.
All right.
In your second one, you did 15 points of damage, you said?
Yes.
That finishes the one that's off in front of Ward. So,
And I'm going to look at Ward and go, next time, move down the wall.
Ward, give me a perception check.
Okay. 11.
With your 11, you can see this there looks to be about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 skeletons outside.
Right?
Eight of them are looks like they're just broiling over something. How tall is
6'6".
as you can see the top? Have any of you ever read the Drist books?
To some degree.
There's a Wolfgar is a human barbarian in that, and he's about 6'6". He's this big brute of a man. And what you see, it's like Thor standing out in the middle of all these skeletons, just surrounding him. And they're like, it's like a roiling mass of bone and steel, just gashing this barbarian to pieces. But he just seems to be getting madder and madder, and he's taking several out with just 2 with 1 shot. It's a pretty amazing sight, but you know it's not going to be long before he's probably overwhelmed.
Right.
It is your turn, Ward.
Okay. So I do the Circle of Dreams called Balm of the Summer Court.
Is it a concentration spell or is it a what?
It is a bonus action. It's kind of like lay on hands for a paladin, except for
Sure.
the druid.
I remember I did it with my druid.
Trio. You did the trio, right?
Mhm.
All right. So I get 4d6 plus 4 because that's the level that I'm at.
And you can spread it out amongst your group, if I
I
remember right.
can, but seeing as I'm at 7 hit points, I'm not. Math. That's 24 points.
Nice.
Of health back to you. Congratulations.
Back to me. Yep.
Nice.
That's a bonus.
I'm standing right
action.
next to him. Don't I suck some of that in?
No, he didn't share. He didn't share.
I would if I could have, and that was the plan. It was to go out there and then move the moonbeam over to Logan to try to clear a path.
Now your moonbeam just stays where it's at right now, then, which is right, like basically on top of you.
It's a bonus action to move it, and I can't, so I just did that as my bonus action. And then as my action, I'm just going to try to stab what's in front of me.
Yeah, you've got a skeleton whose back is to you, right in front of you, right at the door.
24 to hit,
That hits.
9 points of damage.
Okay.
Everybody else is rolling 20 points of damage, and I'm like Hitler, 999.
Okay. Minotaur is done. Slade. You see skeletons outside this doorway. You also see a doorway to your right. And well, it's about 30 feet to your right, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 30 feet to your right. And you can get a shot at the one that Ward is fighting, but that's the only one you can really get a shot at.
All right.
I'm 6'3". Can I duck?
With his accuracy, you don't need to,
Thanks, man.
Let's just
because if he fumbles, it breaks his gun. So
Oh yeah, he's got the lucky feet, so I'm all right.
yeah, there's that too. All right, I'm just gonna do a sharpshooter without using the grit this time.
sure.
All right, and that's gonna be a like 27 to hit.
So -5, 22.
Yep, 22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay, and that's gonna be 24.
Nice.
Told you.
All right, that one goes down. And
All right.
What would you like to do?
Do I get another grit on that?
Anytime you kill a creature,
Well, it says it has to be significant. You'd have to make the call on whether that was significant danger.
you get a grit, bud.
Okay.
It was all up in Ward's face.
All right.
Ward says it's significant.
All right, and I'll move up closer to the door, probably right behind Ward.